Hey guys, it's Marina with Artworthy Life, where I teach Christ-centered art journaling that gets you into God's Word every day. Happy Friday, everybody, and welcome to our full art journaling demo from start to finish, which is live every Friday at 10:30 a.m. Pacific Time, 12:30 p.m. Central, and 1:30 p.m. Eastern, right here at Artworthy Life. So welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Please leave a comment in the comments if you are watching and tell me where you're watching from so I can see you and say hi. And I just want to welcome you all. Since we've had a really big week lately, we just finished the Get Started Art Journaling workshop. It was a really fun workshop. A lot of the ladies learned a lot and shared with me the things that they were really enjoying. So I'm so glad that those ladies were there and able to join us. And I am super excited to be with you guys again this morning. Hey, Leslie Ann. Hi, Pam. I'm so glad to see my art journaling sisters on here too. So this is the first day of the new month. I'm really excited to start the new month because that means I get to make a couple of big announcements. Now, those of you that are used to following me know that I need to start with some scripture. So I'm going to start with a Bible verse that to me is the one that comes to mind when I think of this season. And so here we go. This is the scripture we're going to be reading today. Let me go ahead and grab that for y'all so you can see it. This is Genesis 8:22. It says, "While the earth remaineth, seed time and harvest, and cold and heat, and summer and winter, and day and night shall not cease." Genesis 8:22. The reason I love that verse is because, number one, it talks about the seasons, which is really beautiful. It also, though, points out to us that we don't have to worry about the future because obviously God is sustaining all of this. You know, if you're worried about things going crazy the next couple of years or the next couple of months or whatever's going on in the world, you know, just everything that's happening, just rest in the fact that God tells us while the earth is here, before the end, before he comes back, we don't have to worry about it. Seed time and harvest is going to be here. Cold and heat is going to be here. Summer and winter is going to be here. Day and night is going to be here. God is going to sustain us while he's here, and we can trust that. So I think that's really, really beautiful. And God is the same yesterday, today, and forever. Jesus Christ is the same yesterday, today, and forever. So we can trust that. I think it's beautiful. Alrighty, so I hope that gets you off on the right foot. I hope you enjoy that. Hi, Bonnie. So glad to see you on here. So let's jump into my beginning of the month, what do I call this, cover page. That's what I'd like to do today, a cover page. And for this month, some of the ladies already know what I'm going to go for this month, but the theme for this month is going to be falling leaves or autumn leaves. And I'm really excited for this because it's such a colorful theme. We get to do a lot with it. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on that. And ladies, you guys should tell me, what kind of trees do you guys have in your areas? Because it depends on the tree, how they look, really, obviously. But I mean, it depends on what kind of trees are in your area, what your season actually looks like, if it's super colorful. So on the page, I just put that you should grab something round because I'm going to do something similar to what I did last year, but maybe a little bit different. I'm going to make a little frame here. And this is just a lid of a candle, actually. But I'm going to put a little circle on my page, and that's going to give me a little frame for the beginning of the month. And I'm just going to draw that out. That's just going to give me like a guideline. And then I'm going to freehand some leaves. So feel free to look for a chart of different shapes of leaves and things, but this is just how I'm going to do this one. And I'm going to erase most of this circle just because it's pretty dark. But that'll give me kind of a guideline for where to put the sketch. Okay, so first kind of leaves, you know, just like a regular round shape. We can do a couple of those. And what I'm going to do is when I pick the leaf shape, I'm going to put one here and one here and one here, so like about 3. So here's another one. I'm going to make it face another direction, kind of a pointed leaf shape. And one, maybe not perfectly like a third away, but like another one there. And they're going to kind of go in a circle. And then I'm going to do another leaf kind of more like a an oak leaf. So it's going to have more bubbly, you know, shape. And it's going to go kind of around in a curve. So I'm going to let that leaf kind of curve like that. You can see it's just kind of freehanding it, you know, so it doesn't have to be absolutely perfect. Oh, let me make sure I can see your comments. Where are your comments? Oh, hi, Lillian. Oh, she's got tons and tons of juniper. Palm trees, Bonnie. Oh, palm trees. I'm a little bit jealous. Okay, so yeah, let me know what other kind of trees you guys have. Pam is watching from Michigan. That's awesome. Okay, so we're gonna add a little bit more of these little leaves. And you can look at, I just Google, a lot of times I just Google like chart, leaf chart or leaf shape chart. You can just do something like that. And it'll give you leaf shapes to paint or draw. And so I'm just freehanding these, but you could definitely even trace them if you wanted to, if you don't want to worry about freehanding. Hi, Jackie. So glad you're on. This is fun. Okay, so while I'm tracing these out, let me go ahead and start another leaf shape and tell you what I'm doing, and then I'll talk about that. So yeah, so basically just add these in kind of a circle like that. And then what you want to do is start filling in a little bit more until you get like a full circle shape. So the next shape is going to be more of one of those like pointed leaves, closer to like a maple leaf. Look at me kind of knowing my leaf shapes, kind of. Okay, I'm not really good at that stuff. Okay, so you guys correct me if I'm wrong. Be like, what? That is not a maple leaf? Okay, I trust you. So anyway, it was funny. I got to tell you guys this. We were playing a game at, it was a young people's get together, and we were playing a game called like psychologist or maybe like doctor. I don't know what you call it. And it's basically a game where you send one person out of the room and everybody decides what they're going to be, like what their illness is basically. And the illness is something funny like, okay, everybody thinks they're the person to their right or something like that. And so you decide what you're going to have wrong with you, which sounds funny. Anyway, and then the person comes back and they have to try to figure out what's wrong without, you know, you guys straight up telling them. So one of the times it was that anything that they asked you, you had to answer the question starting with the first letter of your name. So anytime the person who was sick, or the doctor, the diagnoser person, whatever, asked me a question, I had to always answer with a word. The very first word of my sentence had to start with M. So this one guy was trying to figure out what the problem was with us, and he said to me, "What kind of tree is behind you?" And I didn't even hardly look behind me, and I just said maple, and it was not a maple tree. And it was so funny because he kind of looks at me like, okay, that's weird, and especially because I barely even looked at the tree, so I didn't like even have to reference the tree to answer the question. And then he said, do you, I think he said something about, have you even seen a tree before or something like that? You know, like, are you serious? And I was like, maybe. So anyway, that was pretty funny. It made me look like I had no idea what kind of trees were what, which is more accurate than I'd like to say. But anyway. So these leaves are not perfectly shaped. They're just kind of pointy, almost mapley looking leaves. I can't quite fit as much of the maple leaves in there as I want to. But now I'm just going to fill in a few regular leaf shapes to fill in the gaps here and there, and we'll start painting. So there you go. You create like a little frame. And what's nice about this is it's simple, but because you've given yourself a little guideline, you can just follow along that guideline, and anything you put there. Oh, Jackie says, I'm not clear. Can you guys see? Or is it just, maybe it's kind of light. As I start to paint, it should get better. So just tell me. And if it's not, I'll do my best to correct that. Okay, so what I want to do is while I paint these, let me go ahead and tell you what colors I'm going to use first. And then I have a big announcement to make. Okay, you guys ready for this? So the colors I'm going to start with are going to be, oh man, I've been using these colors so much. The colors I'm going to start with are the Brilliant Yellow from my Como Rebby watercolor set. Oh, by the way, let me grab my banner. if I have one. These are most of the supplies I use on a regular basis. I'm not using the Tim Holtz Distress ink today, but I do use that quite a bit. Well, I may end up using it. I don't know. Okay, so those are the supplies I use in general, and that Kuretake watercolor set is wonderful, and that's what I'm using today. Okay, so the brilliant yellow is what, yes, brilliant yellow is what I'm using. And then I'm gonna also use some orange, so I'm gonna get that ready to go. Let me clean out part of my palette. Oh, you guys can't see that, can you? Here we go, like this. Ta-da! I'm gonna clean out a palette or two so you guys can see. And look, this is why I love watercolors. Ta-da! My palette's clean, just with water. I love that. Love that so much. It makes it really simple to use watercolor on a daily basis because it's so easy to clean. I know there's people that love to use acrylic, and I actually do as well. I like to use acrylic. Things with a little bit more texture, that's really fun. But for a daily art journal, like watercolor is really, really a good option, a really good option. Okay, tell me if I'm clear. I know Jackie said maybe I'm not, but tell me if that looks clear to everybody. Okay, big announcement, y'all. I'm using orange, and was I gonna say another color? So I don't want to use a ton of green, but I am going to end up using some of this olive green. And let me see what the color is called. Peak green. So a little bit of olive green, a little bit of peak green, but not as much. And then also, let me grab this one so I can show you guys that one. Also a little bit of crimson. I'll end up mixing some of that in too. Okay. All right, here we go. For the past couple of months, we've been having a fun time in the Artworthy Journal Club, and I am so excited to welcome some of you ladies into the Artworthy Journal Club. And I want you all to know, this is not the big announcement, I just want to make this comment, that the Artworthy Journal Club is open right now. Doors are open. And if you know anyone that you think might want to join, or if you might enjoy joining, go ahead and click the link in the post that I just made on Artworthy Life. I also have a link in my description on Artworthy Life if you click About. But we are doors wide open right now, but only until the end of the day. So if you would like to join, you got to do it now. The doors are going to close soon. And honestly, you don't have much to lose because I was just talking to a friend of mine, and she has been in an art workshop for a while. And she had one paint party a month that she had to buy her own supplies for, and it was online, and it cost $20 a month. The Artworthy Journal Club is only $17 a month, and you get 4 events a month, including 1 paint party and 2 full art journal demos that are exclusive on Zoom that nobody else can join. So if you are interested in joining, you're getting a huge deal, and that price is not going to be that price for very long. So please go ahead and join. It's going to be really fun. And welcome to those of you ladies who are already part of the group. And you don't have to be a lady to be part of the group, but we have a lot of ladies. It's really fun. Okay, so what you should know, those of you that have just joined, welcome, 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 is if you are brand new and you are now a member of the Artworthy Journal Club, you have an email from me that went out this morning. So go check your email and make sure you check out those instructions. That'll tell you how to get access to the group. And if you are not on Facebook, which you're probably watching on YouTube if you're not on Facebook, and you don't want to have to access the materials through Facebook, you'll be getting another email from me about how to get on just the Zoom meetings via Zoom, and you won't have to do the group. You'll miss out on a lot of the fun stuff that is available in the Facebook group. But if you don't like Facebook, you're not on Facebook, whatever the deal is, you can definitely take advantage of the paint parties and the Zoom events and just be kind of exclusive on Zoom. So you'll be getting an email about how to do that as well, because I know there's at least one person who is not on Facebook. And so that's kind of fun. We have a lot of different platforms we can use. Okay, what I'm doing here on these leaves is I'm adding yellow first, and then I'm just touching the yellow with some orange around the edges, and that's fading into the yellow, which is called wet in wet or wet on wet. And that allows the colors to blend while they're still wet. So that's really cool. Alrighty, time for the big announcement. So how many of you guys have been watching? Give me like an eyeball. Give me an eyeball comment in the comments if you have been watching Artworthy Life since last fall, or if you remember any of the Christmas lives that I did. I know there's some of you ladies who've been watching that long, but if you've been watching Artworthy Life since Christmas time, I'm just going to say Christmas time, and you remember any of the Christmas events or Christmas lives that I did, go ahead and leave me an eyeball in the comments. And I'll know that you guys, let me see, I wonder if I can see them coming through. So yeah, leave me an eyeball in the comments so I can see. And let's see, Bonnie, I think maybe left an eyeball. Oh, I have to see on Facebook because my thingy doesn't always let me see comments straight through there. And I want to see those eyeballs come through. So I'm going to go click through here so I can see. Oh, I see Bonnie. She gave me a thumbs up. And Leslie Ann gave me eyeballs. Okay, has anybody else been watching since Christmas time? Does anybody remember like something specific that we did around Christmas time? Anybody remember any projects that we did that were really specific? I'm just going to ask because you guys might remember. Terry remembers watching since Christmas time. That's awesome. Anybody else remember watching since Christmas time? I'm so excited about this. Okay, so we have at least a few. Let me ask another question. Does anyone remember a specific painting or demo that I did at Christmas time? And this is for those of you. Bonnie's been watching since Christmas time. Nice emojis. These are super cute emojis. Anybody remember a specific? Jackie's been watching since before Christmas. Awesome. Anybody remember a specific project that they're like, yeah, I remember you doing this at Christmas time. That stuck out in my brain. Anybody? And those of you who are like, don't even mention Christmas before Thanksgiving is done. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. I'm just using this as an example. We'll get there. We'll get there. You'll hear what's coming. You'll hear what's coming. Okay. Anybody remember a specific project? Any painting? That's okay if you don't, but anybody remember something? I know some of you were like poking me about it the other day. Different things. I had a lot going on at Christmas time. That was a fun month. Okay, I'm gonna wait and I'm gonna let those comments come through, but I'm gonna go ahead and say, at Christmas time, I created a advent calendar. Oh, Jackie just commented. Oh, okay, Terry just commented the Christmas calendar. Awesome. Okay, it was like just out of my mouth when I saw the comments come through. That's awesome, you guys. That was a huge and super fun, awesome project. Anybody remember which doodles? Do you guys remember any of the doodles that I did for that project? That's awesome. Good job, guys. Way to remember. That's so cool. I love that. So just so you know, right now I'm adding orange to the big kind of mapley looking leaves, and I am putting a little bit of red on the edges of it, and that is fading into orange. So we're still doing wet and wet, but I'm just kind of coloring these in. That's all I'm really doing. And then I'm adding red. Just a little bit of crimson around the edges, around the tips of them. Leslie Ann says heart, heart, heart. That's awesome. Leslie Ann, do you remember? I think you were following along, actually. Is that right, Leslie Ann? You actually were doing some of the paintings, right? And do you remember any of your favorite like doodles that we did for the Advent calendar? I'd love to see if you remember any. I know which one was my favorite. You guys want to hear which one is my favorite? Well, actually, it's really hard to pick one, but I know the one that sticks out in my brain. Do you guys want to know which one is my favorite? Okay, so I'm adding red to kind of the tips of these maple leaves right here. And the red will fade in. And if you look at a leaf, oh yeah, Leslie Ann got the kit. Oh, that's right. Oh, I love that. Yes, you did. You so did. You also, yeah, you got the kit, and I think that's right around the time you got your watercolor set, isn't it? Because you gave me the watercolor set. Leslie Ann gave me my watercolor set. She's so amazing. Okay, yeah. Okay, anybody remember like one of the doodles? Okay, I'll go ahead and tell you what my favorite one is, so you guys know. My favorite doodle from that project was the Jerusalem donkey. Oh, Terry, how funny. She just commented, I like the donkey, and it like came through being right as I was saying that. I love this, you guys. We're on the same page. The donkey is like the one that sticks in my mind. I loved that little doodle. He's super cute. So cute. And you have the little fuzzy ears and fuzzy face. I'm so glad you like the donkey. That is hysterical. Okay, so yeah, donkey was one of my favorites. I loved it. In fact, I feel like, let's see, was the donkey, we did a holiday bazaar, and I was across the street at Terry's, and I don't think it was the donkey. I think I had just painted the shoes, the little boots that I did. They're like little winter boots. They were really cute. And I like finished that live, and then we went right across the street and started doing more of the holiday bazaar, where I had like paint kits and things for sale out here in Veneta, Oregon. It was really, really fun. Okay, so are you guys ready? Was that enough preface to kind of are you guys excited to hear what I'm gonna say? Do you want to know what I'm doing? I feel like I'm stringing you guys along. I feel bad. Are you guys ready to actually hear what I'm gonna say? Tell me if you want to hear what I gotta, give me an ear in the comments so I know you're ready to hear it. And then I'll stop messing with you guys. But this is really fun because I actually did want to know what you guys remember from last year. And can you believe I've been going live on Facebook with Artworthy Life for almost a year now? Actually, probably more than a year. But yes, I've been going live and doing demos on Facebook for more than a year. Okay, Leslie Ann wants to hear it. All righty, here's what's going on. Let me paint my oak leaf, and I'm not trying to delay, but let me paint my oak leaf so I don't mess it up. So what I'm using for the oak leaf is a little bit of yellow and a little bit of the olive green. And I am just letting that kind of soak into the little round edges of the oak leaf. And then I'm going to add yellow, just a little bit of yellow, and touch the edges of the oak leaf. Let that kind of fade in. I'm going to touch the orange and touch the edges of the oak leaf, and even a little bit of crimson. And that's just going to make my oak leaf start to look like it's kind of starting to turn, like the changing of the leaves. And so it's just starting to turn on one side, kind of like that. So see, it doesn't really take a lot, but you can just add a little bit of color to your oak leaf, and there you go. It starts to look like a fall leaf. Okay, here you go, ladies. Oh, Lillian is wanting to hear. Pam is wanting to hear. Jackie says, do it again. Jackie, what would you like me to do again? Oh, she wants to, do you want me to do the advent calendar again? Hang tight, because it may happen. I definitely loved that advent calendar. Okay. Here's what's coming up for this month. This is day 1 of this month. And for the first time in 6 months, I think, I'm going, well, no. I haven't done this since last year. I am starting a, drumroll please, ding, doodle a day project. This is going to be a doodle a day. So you guys remember the advent calendar was part of my doodle a day program. We rolled right into the advent calendar. Then I put out the advent calendar demo book, and a lot of you did that with me. Some of you purchased the kits. I even forgot about that, Leslie Ann. But a doodle a day is what we did last year, and I want to start in the season of fall because there's so much rich color and beautiful things that you can do for the fall. And I want to get you guys into doing a doodle a day. So if you guys are ready for that, you're going to have to, turn on your notifications, your pings, and all your little bells and everything for this page, because I've been going live on Facebook at 10:30 every Friday. But for the Doodle a Day month, I'm going to go live every day at 10:30 except for Sundays. So watch this entire month, and you're going to get at just under 30 doodles a day, not including today. This one can be your doodle for today, but a doodle a day every day this month on Artworthy Life, and it's going to be live. So make sure you jump on for that, because we're going to be finishing a nice little doodle. It'll be almost the same size as the advent calendar ones, and it will be all for the month, all for the theme of fall and harvest, which actually Lillian is doing harvest in her journal as well, and all of these kind of fall themes. Great question, Pam. She asked, will it be recorded? It will be live just like these right here on Artworthy Life. So it will be recorded. You can watch the replay all the time. So that's a good question, Pam, so that you can catch it if you're at work. And what you're going to do is you're going to end up with, just like we did for the advent calendar, you're going to end up with a little tracer that you can download. and a full demo for that doodle, one for every day of the month. And the reason I'm doing that is to kind of get you guys back into incorporating art into every day. You know, that's what we do at Artworthy Life. We do art every day. And even if you don't do it every day, it's fine. But on a regular basis, get you creative. And when we did a doodle a day, a lot of you ladies told me, I feel like I'm finally getting used to watercolor. And the only way to do that is to really practice it every day, because I can only tell you guys so much. A lot of it you just have to experience. By the way, if you don't have watercolors, you don't have a watercolor set or kit or journal or anything, feel free to jump on. You can use pencil, you can use marker, you can use acrylic paint, you can use a pen. It doesn't have to be perfect. But I want to do a doodle a day with you guys again, because as we go into the month of November, wait, we're not even, October, November, you will have, once you're done, you will have so many little cards of doodles that are finished that you can use for Thanksgiving cards. You can use them in your scrapbook. You can use them in your art journal. You can give them away. You can use them as gift tags if you give gifts away during this season. They make really great instant art that you already have made up, and you'll end up with close to 30 of them. So I hope that you will join us. Try to catch us every day at 10:30. Pam also says, can you show an example too, since not on before? Great question. I don't have an example of a fall one, but I can post the advent calendar and show you a link for that. So just watch for that afterwards. I'll post the advent calendar if you haven't seen that. And that is basically what we'll be doing, but for the fall season, which I think will be super fun because we have not done a doodle a day in too long. And it's such a wonderful way to get into doing some art because it's not overwhelming. Okay, so I'm super excited for that. Anybody excited about that? Give me a heart in the comments if you're excited about that. And tell me, actually, this is a great time to get some ideas flowing. First of all, give me a heart if you're excited about that. And Pam, does that answer your question? You think that'll help? Let me know if you're excited about that. And after you give me a little heart, go ahead and tell me. Leslie Ann says she's excited. Yay, I'm so excited. After you give me a little heart, I would like to know what, Bonnie gave me a purple heart. You guys all have such fun emojis. Terry's got one that looks like a pumpkin heart, and Jackie gave me a heart. Awesome, yay, I'm so glad. So now that you all know what's going on for this month, tell me what fall doodles. Valerie, hi Valerie. I didn't know you were on. Welcome, I'm so glad to see you. Go ahead and tell me what fall doodles you might want to see. I have a whole bunch of ideas, but anything that has to do with fall or harvest or whatever, go ahead and leave it in the comments. And if I like the idea, we might feature it as one of the days this month. So just again, if you're just jumping on, hey Valerie, since you're just jumping on, you might have missed my big announcement, and that is we are going to be having a doodle a day this month. I haven't done a doodle a day in in many, many months. And Bonnie said the pumpkin, that's awesome. That's a great idea. I love doing pumpkins, so I'm glad you said that. And we're going to be doing a doodle a day. It's super exciting because I haven't done a doodle a day in a long time. And I want to get you guys into doing watercolors on a regular basis, since I know a lot of you have not done a lot of watercolor. And the best way to practice is to do it every day. And even if you don't love watercolors, you can use pencil, you can use marker, you can use acrylic paint, you can use pen, it doesn't matter. Pam says sounds fun. Valerie says sounds fun. Love doodles. I do too. I love doodles. They're so simple, and you don't have to be like overwhelmed by them. They can be just real easy, simple doodles. And so the nice thing is a doodle a day is something you can finish in one setting. And so even if you're like, hey, I work, I do all this, other things, this will get you something that you feel like I can accomplish this. It's only a short doodle, and we're going to do it every day this month. So I think it's really fun. And like I said, you'll end up with a tracer that shows you, you can download it and then you can print it out to size. But yeah, Bonnie says, I love doodling. Awesome. I'm so glad. And go ahead and leave in the comments what kind of doodle you would like to see. So think about fall and harvest and even Thanksgiving coming up. And like I said, what this does is, number one, you're getting practice, but number two, you're actually creating little cards. And last year when I did something similar to this, they were about 2.5 inches by 2.5 inches each day. So real simple and small. And what that gives you are these finished pieces of art, these little finished pieces of art that you can then take and use for, a scarecrow. Cute, Valerie. That's a great idea. You can take them and you can use them on greeting cards. If you're leading into Christmas time, you can use them for place settings at your Thanksgiving table. Have you ever seen those cute little name cards? You can use them for name cards. Excuse me, you can use them for your scrapbooking. If you're going to give away a scrapbook or make some scrapbooks for Thanksgiving, whatever. It can also be just greeting cards for that month. If you want to send out some beautiful greeting cards to friends of yours, tell them you're thinking about them. So it's really nice because you don't have to come up with ideas. I'm going to go ahead and give you those ideas, but leave me some ideas in the comments too. I'd love to see what you guys have in mind, and feel free to keep sending me ideas. I love it. I have a list of ideas I'm already in my head that I want to try. But if you think of something, it might be something I haven't thought of. So feel free to send me a message or leave a comment. Jackie, good question. The Doodle a Day is going to start tomorrow. So technically today is the first day of the month, but the Doodle a Day is going to start tomorrow. I have church at 10:30 on Sundays, so I won't be live on Sundays, but I will post a tracer and a doodle. So you'll see it posted, but I won't be live. So that's the only days in the month that I won't be live. But I will be live every other day this month at 10:30 on here to show you guys some doodles. Valerie says, I make doodles for playset. Oh, you do? Wait, okay, so Valerie, are you talking about place settings like the little names as well? Or are you talking about like full like placemats? Because I know some people do that too. So tell me which one you mean. That's awesome. I'm so glad you do that. And you, Valerie, have good handwriting too. So I'm guessing you incorporate lettering as well, probably in yours when you do their names and stuff. I love to do place settings because they make such a warm, welcoming like atmosphere at the table. And so it really like sets the mood and makes the place look really pretty. Names with little pics. Okay, so Valerie, you're talking about little name cards. That's so awesome. One time I went to a Valentine's party. Actually, this was this Valentine's. And I had made Valentine's cards for each of the girls. And I actually posted a picture, I think. It was a little card about this size, and it had flowers in the background, and I did calligraphy on the front with their name. And then I flipped it over and wrote them a little Valentine's message and hot glued a piece of chocolate to the back, which I got that idea from a friend of mine. I love that, like gluing chocolate to a card. That you can't get any better. You got chocolate on your card. Like, that's awesome. So anyway, but when I got there, they had the most beautiful, this was a single girls Valentine's party, which I loved. It was so cute. And when I got there, each of the girls had their places that they were going to be at, and they didn't have name cards. So I just took the cards I had made, which already had beautiful calligraphy and their name on it. I just set it at each of the place settings. It wasn't my party I was hosting, and I asked if they would think that was okay, and they're like, that would be amazing. So it was very customized, and it just was so, it made each person feel so special, and it really worked out well that I just happened to have them. Valerie says, can't go wrong with chocolate anytime. And Bobby says, I love making cards. Awesome. So yeah, you can just take these and you can make cards out of them. I love to have small little finished pieces of art that I can take and use for cards. In fact, I have a binder here that I can show you guys right here, where I put a lot of my scraps, pieces of fabric. And this is a plastic organizer sleeve for like coins or cards. And I just stick little pieces of art. In fact, this is a practice piece for one of the pages of the Advent calendar last year. In fact, Terry was asking for an example, or someone was asking for an example. So this is an example of what we might be doing for the Doodle a Day. And so that was an example, but I had an extra. So I just stick it in here. And if I want to make a card for someone really quick, I can pull that out, stick it to a piece of cardstock, and make a thank you note out of it, or make a little Christmas card out of it. So I have like a binder full of extra little pieces of art that I've cut out that I no longer need for what I was originally using it for, but I can use it for cards. I love card making. It just makes such a customized looking card for whoever you're sending it to. Alrighty. Bonnie says, love that idea. That's awesome. Valerie says, I do that. Not organized, but I keep all those little extras also. Yeah, and I a lot of times cut them out, you know, even if it's a journal page or something. If I'm like, I don't really like the whole thing, but I love this little element, I'll cut it out and I'll stick it in there. And I really do use them. It's like having all these stickers that are custom that you made. It's really cool. Pam, it's going to be 2 inches, 2.5 inches by 2.5 inches. So cut out a whole stack of them, 2.5 inches by 2.5 inches. Okay, so this is almost finished. So basically, you guys see, I'm just tracing out leaves, shapes, and now I'm just going to put in the month, and I'm going to use my Tombow brush pen here, and I'm just going to write in the month of October. So I'm going to write October. You guys, I am not I'm not trusting myself with dates anymore. So don't let me write 2020 again. Last time I think I tried to write 2020. I got several comments. It's 2021. It's 2021. And I even mentioned to my friends like the next day, and I was like, I can't believe we're getting to the end of 2020. And they told me, they both looked at each other like, should we tell her or should we not? I was like, it's one of those years, guys. I mean, seriously, I feel like my brain is fried on what day it even is. I don't know why. Okay, so don't let me write 2020. Make sure I write 2021. There we go. Okay, so this is the part of the show where Marina stops talking, because if Marina talks while she writes, she misspells words on live. So talk amongst yourselves and leave me bunches of comments about ideas you have for fall-themed things, Thanksgiving-themed, harvest-themed things that you might want to see included in this month's October Doodle a Day. Okay, I'm going to start writing. I love the brush font, but I definitely have to focus. October. B. Okay, October, successful. Poinsettia. Jackie, we did a poinsettia for Christmas time. That is unique. I didn't think to do that for October. That's an interesting idea. Anybody else have an idea? Okay, October. And I'm going to write 2021. 2021. Let's see, how do I want to do this? I'm going to put it over here. All right. So there is my cover page for this month. I'm probably going to put a scripture under here, but that's all I have for live. Valerie says acorns, apples, both great ideas. I love those. Cornucopia, Terry, great idea. Sweater, Valerie, awesome idea. If you think of any others, leave them in the comments. Let me make sure I didn't have anything else to announce today. Oh, yes, I have one more announcement. So once again, for those of you that weren't on earlier, just to make sure you know, today is the last day to join the Artworthy Journal Club. If you're not already part of the Artworthy Journal Club, please go ahead and join. The link is in the post I just made on Artworthy Life, and it's also in the About section at Artworthy Life. You can click there, you'll get access right away. But what I want you to know is we just finished the Get Started Art Journaling Workshop, an awesome workshop, 3 days full of content on how to get started art journaling right away. It's a workshop that the first members of the Journal Club didn't even have access to. So it gives you an awesome head start, but you guys just missed it. So here's the key. If you missed the Get Started Art Journaling Workshop and you still want access to that content, if you join the Artworthy Journal Club, that all of that content is going to get packaged up into a special unit in the in the Artworthy Journal Club. So you will have access to all of that content indefinitely within the Journal Club. So you won't miss out, but you have to join the Journal Club today. It's only $17, and it's not going to stay that price for very long. So make sure you join today because I don't want you to miss out. And what else do I need to tell you? Oh, once you join, you'll get an email from me, and that will give you instructions on how to get started. Any of you ladies that are already already joined up and brand new members, you should already have an email from me. And I'm super excited because a lot of the ladies that are on here today are already Journal Club members, and they're excited for you to join. Valerie says, join, you will love it. If anybody else wants to leave a comment, tell them why they should join. I don't have to say it. You guys know why they should join. Leave that in the comments. And thank you so much for joining me for this full art demo. I hope you'll join me tomorrow for the first day of a doodle a day for the month of October. Join us for a doodle a day. It's going to be super, super fun. I can't wait for it. I'm so, so, so excited. All righty. Take care, ladies. God bless you and have an awesome weekend. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.